We're good? All right. Hello. Good morning or good afternoon to some people.
Yes. Good morning. So, we are not Linda. I don't know if you've noticed.
You have red hair.
I do have red hair. I'm playing Linda today. So I am Betsy, and this is Erin, and we have let Linda take a vacation. And so we are hosting your Facebook Live today.
I love that. We have let Linda.
We have let her go. Yeah. But we will bring her back next week.
Yes. Well, vacations are good. Everyone deserves one.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. She needs one.
Mm-hmm.
So we are here today to talk about boucle.
We are. So we have been making boucle garments for, I don't know.
Ages.
A long time. 5+ years. Because it's fantastic.
I think it's more than that.
I think you're right.
Because, let me tell you why. Because years ago, I worked for a different pattern company, but I knew everybody. And I saw you guys in Puyallup, and you had a whole display of beautifully folded boucle puffs of fabric. And I was like, what is that magical fabric? It was so fabulous. And that was the first time I saw it, and that was more than 5 years ago.
Wow. I'm not surprised whatsoever.
So, yes.
One thing we really need to do before we keep going
is turn off the heat.
Heat because it is so loud.
It is. I don't know how to do it. So
okay, I'm going to turn it off.
Perfect.
There we go.
There we go.
Betsy described it as a spaceship.
It sounds like a spaceship launching, which isn't great for video situations.
For video sound.
So, yeah. So anyway, boucle.
Yes.
Tell me about boucle.
So the boucle that we have, it is a wool rayon blend, lightweight, very drapey, soft, great for jackets, great for pullovers like sweaters, cardigans. So it's a really great fabric. It is 60% rayon and 40% wool. So I think it keeps it nice and soft with just 40% wool.
Yeah. Like I have it on, and I'm an itchy person when it comes to wool, but I don't have any sleeves on, and I'm okay with it. So in terms of you folks who are going to ask, is it itchy? I don't think it's that itchy.
I don't think so. I'm not usually sensitive to wool. Like this is a wool knit dress, so I'm not sensitive to it. But I can feel it usually in in wool garments. I can feel that kind of the scratch of wool, and I don't notice that on the boucle.
Nope.
So I think that's why it is good for jackets and pullovers. So you could wear it as a sweater.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You could wear it as a sweater. So today we are going to take you on a magical journey of garments, of all of the different garments that we have made throughout the years with boucle, and show you all our new colors. We've got some great new colors, and answer any and all of your boucle questions.
Yes, that's one thing I love is these colors are so vibrant.
Yes, yes. And it's so hard to find, I think, a really nice, solid, like, I don't know, there's something about finding a really beautiful solid that is tricky to do. And I think the boucles always look lovely, and they look like a really nice garment fabric, like a fashion fabric that will stand the test of time. And I just think they're a really great option for a jacket.
Right, very saturated. That's what I love.
Yep. So let's start. What have we got on the wall here?
All right, let's pull out this one over here. Let's start on this side of the wall here.
Yeah.
So this is a Brando. I think this is kind of a step away from how we would normally use boucle, which is what I love. You kind of can figure out that you can do more than just a drapey jacket. So this is the Brando. So it's very structured jacket, kind of a motorcycle jacket style with pockets, the asymmetric zipper, the collar, like I said, very structured 2-piece sleeve.
Let's put it on. Can you put that on?
Yeah. Well, no, this is for you.
Okay.
This is for you, friend. This is an extra small.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So this is an extra small.
So I'm getting some complaints about sound.
Oh, okay. We've got some sound complaints.
Okay.
Can they not hear? Is it me? It's always me.
Cutting in and out
Oh.
every other minute is what I'm getting.
Okay.
Okay, well.
Oh, some people aren't though.
Okay. Well, we'll roll on and see what happens.
Okay.
I think. So this is the extra small Brando, and I'm gonna give it a zip. It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I like that
For some
on you.
reason, I thought that it was too long in the arms, but I think this kind of works.
I think it looks nice on you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I
Nice.
love the Brando with I think the outer zipper is really what makes it.
Right. I know it's into the seam on one side, on the right-hand side, but then on the left-hand side, it's exposed, which is really nice.
It's got pockets.
Always good to have pockets.
Gotta love pockets. And so this is the pumpkin orange?
Yes.
Yes.
Pumpkin.
And
That's
I love
a
it.
great color.
And so we've lined it with a...
It's a beautiful royal blue.
Is it a Bemberg or is it silk? Bemberg.
Yeah, Vinberg rayon. Right, which is just fantastic. I love the choice of the blue too.
Yeah.
It just really pops, and it's a good complement to the orange.
It is. Although being from Illinois, it's just Chicago Bears colors. So I'm like, huh. But that's
Is that a good thing or a bad thing
Well,
since I'm not from that area?
I don't watch sports, so for me it's a totally neutral thing. But
don't watch the sports.
I don't
ball.
watch the sports. So yeah, so here's the Brando.
I like that.
Yeah. What have we got next?
All right. I'll give you the hanger if you want
I'll
that
put
one.
it back up.
All right. So this is one of my favorites. This is the West End jacket. It's a great hooded jacket. It's A-line. It has a shorter sleeve, which I think is really great for this time of year because you can throw it on over your longer sleeved garments that you're wearing in the winter, but still have an extra layer.
It's nice over your dress. She's wearing the Memphis dress, and I think that works really well with it.
Figured it was a good base layer.
Yeah, yeah. And so we both have the vanilla on right now, and then the West End. So back here is the vanilla boucle, and then what is this other fabric you've combined it with?
This is another wool. Looks like a wool crepe.
Okay. I wonder if you should get up close so they can see how it's put together, and then you can see it down the edge of the placket.
Right, so the wool crepe is on the front here, and then on the sleeve bands and the lower band. And then you can see the facing is the boucle all the way up around the hood, and then, like Betsy
On the
said,
back.
in the back.
And the boucles are really nice, kind of medium weight, so you can marry it with other fabrics pretty easily.
Right. I love that. I love marrying two different fabrics. You have different textures, but you're using the same color. I really like that. I think it adds some interest, but it still makes it neutral.
And so the West End has another, I feel like it's a feature zipper, right?
I think so.
I think it's
Definitely.
a feature zipper. Now when I make the West End, I do it hoodless because a hood drives me bananas.
Didn't we do a blog on
There is
that?
a blog post on making a hoodless West End. So if you go to the blog, there's a list of patterns on the right side, and if you go down to West End, it's in that group of blog posts.
I believe it was in like a palm tree print.
It was in a palm tree print,
It
which was one that I picked out and like no one else in the whole world liked, but I still like it.
It's like true to Betsy form. It's like she's gonna make a jacket out of a palm tree print.
And we had that fabric forever, and Linda was like, "You picked this out." I know. But yeah, so if you like the West End, but you don't like a hood, you can make it without.
Is the white jacket wool crepe covered stitched at the seams?
Oh, good question. We have Alexandria helping us behind the scenes, so I will repeat the question.
Yes, thank you.
Which are the seams cover stitched?
Oh, cover stitched.
Is that what the question was? Okay.
Oh, okay. No. Looks like so the seams were just serged. The two layers were serged together, and then certain seams are top stitched. So it looks like the lower band, the shoulder seam is top stitched.
Armband.
The armbands are top stitched. You got top stitching on the facing here at the center front.
Yeah. A lot of nice details on that.
Yeah. I think it's one we don't talk about. We always talk about the West End pants,
We do.
but rarely the jacket.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Well, and especially as we're coming up upon spring, like it's such a nice layering piece with the short sleeves, and yeah, it needs to be celebrated.
Exactly.
Celebrate the West End.
Okay.
But another good one is that blue one right there.
Yes. This is the Era jacket. This is in the denim blue boucle.
Sneak peek at you.
Mm-hmm. And so all the garments on the wall, we do have colors of boucle.
Not that one.
Oh, not that one. Never mind. Okay, almost all of them. So we do have the vanilla, we do have the pumpkin, and we do have the denim blue.
So now the Era jacket, we never talk about the Era.
I know.
And it's a cute piece.
It's another really great jacket, simple to make. It's a digital pattern.
Yes, digital only.
I love the deep hems on the Era.
And let's show them the side here too.
And then it's got a great, let's see if you can see that, Alexandria, but it's got the great vent on the side. I love this kind of large collar. I love a tall collar. I love it.
And you know, it would be a really great canvas for some feature buttons. Like you could do some like crazy buttons there, which would be fun. And did I see?
And
oh, look at the cuff detail too. It was really good.
Cuff detail on the sleeve, so you can use buttons for that as well. I believe that's an added feature. So,
Oh.
but yeah, very
but
nice.
you know, again, this would be a really good option to combine fabrics in too. You could do some fun stuff with that.
Definitely.
I think.
You could have a different sleeve. You could color block
Could color
using
block.
the boucle.
Oh, that's a good idea. That'd be fun.
That'll be
Super
her
fun
next
to do.
project.
Yeah, yeah. That's an interesting idea. Well, and so when I think of color blocking, I think of our Flatiron coat that we made for So Confident 2020 series.
Yes.
9?
Nine.
Series 9. I always get confused at the new year. So in So Confident Series 9, we made a fantastic, was it a flat iron? What was that?
You know, I am just completely blanking
Well,
at the
there
moment.
was there was a color blocked coat, which was amazing.
That was the Crossroads.
The
Crossroads, and it included some boucle, some boiled wool.
Yes.
It had like white and gray and royal blue.
And a pink lining.
Yes, that was the Crossroads, and that was fantastic.
I will post a link after this in the comments so that you can go see it because it was amazing.
Right,
Yeah.
and some links to how we did that. So
that was really cool.
That was really cool.
But basically, it was like a full-length coat, and it was 3 stripes of color, and then this popping pink lining. It was really good.
That was really good. That would have been a good one to have on here.
It would have been a good one to have one up here. But sometimes things we make disappear, and then we don't see it and don't think about it.
I know.
So who do we have next?
This is an Opal Jacket. This is another one. We used to talk about it all the time.
Is this an Opal Jacket?
But we don't talk about it as much now. So we have it in new green and then a mustard. So
I think it's saffron.
Saffron, that's right. Saffron.
We classed it up the name
changed
there a little bit. I like this because it looks a little more fitted. Like it's got the, you know, it's not particularly fitted. I can put it on.
Sure.
But it kind of has like a waist-like look
Oh, it
to
does.
it. And you know me, I love a waist.
Definitely.
But it's perfect for this fabric. And in fact, I think this is the jacket we use in the tutorial for the raw edge finishing. Yeah.
Right. We have a tutorial that I know
that
we've
just
talked
fits
about.
perfect.
Oh, well, look.
You just have to take this home.
I'm just thinking we're going to miss that.
I know. And this is a small.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so that is the one we use in the tutorial. So we have a tutorial that talks about raw edge construction using the boucle.
Yes.
And I know we've talked about that, but it's the technique of overlapping, right sides to wrong side, and overlapping at the seam allowance to have a raw edge finish at the seam.
I'll come close. You're not really going to be able to see much. Can you see anything there? Okay. And that's the beauty of the boucle, is that it doesn't fray.
Right.
So you can use that kind of seam finish, and it's a little bit smoother, I think, than a classic seam finish
Right,
would
it's not
be
gonna be
using
as
this
bulky.
fabric.
Right.
And I love doing it. I find it like a very satisfying.
It is.
Like you use your no-sew basting tape and you get everything perfect and you trim. I love a raw edge.
It is.
Finish, yeah.
It is. I think once you just you commit to it,
Yes.
because it is a process where you have to cut off one of the seam allowances, and so but once you commit to it, and you do it step by step,
Yes.
it's it has a rhythm to it.
It really does.
And then you commit to it, and it's a fun way to make a garment. I think it's out of the box, which I think is really fun.
But that first cutting off of a seam allowance, it is a little bit of a, oh God, I hope this is okay. So I will say,
Right.
read directions twice and cut once.
Right. And I do it each step, I
Yes.
think. Don't do
Yes.
it all at once. Do
Yeah.
it each step.
Don't hurry through it.
Right. Exactly.
But it is really nice, and I love the smoothness of the finish and just like the less bulk, and I think we should. Whenever I can use it, I use that.
And you talked about the no-sew basting tape.
I
Should
did.
we
Let's
bring
show
it
the
out?
no-sew basting
All right.
tape. It's like a special guest. We'd like to introduce the no-sew basting tape.
So we do use the no-sew basting tape when we're doing the raw edge technique. That way you can stick the tape down to when you overlap the seams, and then it holds it in place while you're stitching. So.
And we also suggest using a pair of Karen K. Buckley Perfect Scissors because they live up to their name, and they're really nice for trimming along the edge. And then the rotary cutter is really your friend
Right.
with this
Exactly.
technique.
Then you can be exact on what you cut off, and it's a nice clean edge.
So again, yeah.
Those are the tools.
Those are the tools for that particular thing.
A couple questions.
Yes.
Is it a tight or loose weave, and is there a lot of stretch, and do you sew on a serger?
Okay, so we have a couple questions. Is it a tight or a loose weave? I'd say tight.
It's a tight weave. It is a knit.
It is a knit.
It has a lot of great drape.
Beautiful drape.
We have a medium weight drape.
Let me see if I can show you kind of up close. Like, it doesn't have a lot of stretch.
No, just kind of a nice comfort stretch.
Yeah, like enough to move, but not enough that you're like, it's a stretch. And it doesn't really spring, it doesn't have like a spandexy spring back. It's just kind of a movable
Right.
thing.
Does the surface pill?
Does the surface pill?
No, I mean
I
this
don't
is
think so. This is a pretty old
we've had
garment.
that one for a while. That's an old friend that was in the closet. So we've had that, what we were talking about, almost 10 years, and so
Yeah.
it's and it's not pilling.
Yeah.
So.
So I think it's a no pill. Well, it's a low pill.
Low
Well,
pill,
we never
low
say
pill.
no pill because you never know.
Is the saffron pearl jacket raw edges?
Yes. This is a raw edge finished jacket.
Right, and this is the opal, but it does come in. There is a pearl and opal in the pattern. And you mentioned something about serging, right, as well.
Do it on the serger.
I guess you can. I recommend you could do the entire garment on the serger. It's not typically how we do things. We are known for we stitch the garment, and then if we want to finish the edges, we use the serger as a finishing step.
Yes.
So.
And again, normally with this fabric, we do the raw edge finish, but you don't have to. You can do whatever you want.
Right, because not all of these are raw edge.
Yeah.
These garments.
Can you show the back of the opal?
Can we show the back of the opal? Of course.
Yeah.
Can you see? Do I need to move?
It's got great seam detail. This for this they created a center back seam, but then it also has great princess seams, and then a nice
it's got
seam
a little
down the sleeve.
dart action there.
And then 3 buttons?
Yep. 3 buttons.
And a nice angled hem. It's very flattering.
I like it a lot.
To add structure to the blue clay, line only or underline with lining?
To add structure to the boucle, line only or add an underlining?
Well, we have an underlined boucle that I know of. I know we have the Brando that we lined.
And this guy's got a lining. Although you could.
Right.
I mean, there's no reason you couldn't underline it. We just lined this, I think, for design choice.
Right.
What would you use to underline it?
Well, I think that you could. We have a Chicago jacket that we lined with a knit, which I thought was really nice. Like,
yeah.
I think as long as it's a smooth knit that you can, like in a jacket that you could take on and off easily. But I think a knit would be a nice choice because then it would retain that, the knit of the boucle.
Yep.
So you'd still have the comfort of the stretch.
That's a good idea.
Any problem? Oh, where did it go? Okay. Any problems fusing interfacing or double-sided tapes?
Any problems fusing interfacing or double-sided tapes?
We use the no-sew basting, the tape, versus the Fusey web typically. And I don't have any problems using that on it. It doesn't come off. So
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever used Fusey web with it. I think just because it's a little bit thicker. So to get it to properly stick, you'd be with the iron quite a bit. So for me, I think the no-sew is just easier to use this with, I'd be afraid that, like, if you kept the iron on it to get the Fusey web to fuse, you might do something to the fabric.
Could change the character a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could use a press cloth, but I would test it first.
Right.
Let's say that.
Exactly. But I think we would recommend the no-sew basting tape instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's look at some more garments.
Let's do the Helix.
Okay.
So this is one that I think is a little unexpected. So we normally do it with cardigans and jackets, but I think it's great for the Helix and use it as a pullover. You could do the Helix, you could do the Picasso. I think that'd be another great option that we have a similar fit. So I think this is great.
And I'm sure you remember the Helix from last week, but if you didn't see that, so it's a pattern that's cut on the bias, and it's like one giant pattern piece that goes in a helix form. So it's a really interesting pattern to make and fit. You can see it a little bit better on the back. Maybe. And it goes that way, the seams.
Yeah, so it goes up the center of the garment into the sleeve, kind of wraps around. And so there's two pattern pieces, or one pattern piece that you cut twice. And that's it.
It's a good one.
So yeah, and another fun one to use the raw edge technique. This one is raw edge.
And that is the cherry red.
Cherry red.
Cherry red. So
what about the fuchsia?
Fuchsia. This beauty.
This is the Pearl Jacket, which is another one. Let's put this one on.
You can put that one on. Yeah. Ooh, I kind of like that fuchsia with that weird green.
With the green.
Yeah.
I was hoping it would work.
Yeah, I like it.
So another pattern I feel like we don't talk about enough.
Yeah.
It's very cute. And I do love this. So the pearl traditionally has a tie here at the center that you can ruche up. But I like it like this. This is how I would prefer to wear it myself.
I think it falls beautifully in the front without the ruching. The ruching is a fun detail, but like to wear all the time, I feel like this works a little bit better. And it's so flattering just because of the way the fabric drapes off the body in this particular form. And so you've got some beautiful seaming here. It goes right down the edge to this, and then it kind of crosses and goes up the front. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, this is another one that has just interesting pattern pieces, and it's fun to make and easy to wear, and it's perfect for this boucle.
And that's actually one that you could mix other fabrics with. Like you could do all the drapey part in one fabric, and then you could really mix and match in that garment, I think. It'd be a lot of fun.
Betsy is ready to color block.
I like to mix.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is another one that's raw edge. So all the seams except for the sleeve seam are using the raw edge technique, and it looks like the front here. There is a hem in the front.
So how do they finish the sleeves?
Well,
The
it looks like
the arm's eye.
looks like here it's just it's still raw, so the edge of this is not finished, even though they did a hem there. So it's just a single fold hem, and it looks like on the sleeve, looks like it's stitched twice actually, but it is just cut pretty close to that second stitching. Looks like, you know, 1/4 of an inch from that second row of stitching, and left raw.
Cool. Very nice.
I like it. I do recommend, I think, a single fold hem. What do you think?
Yes.
I think it makes it really nice and flat and not too bulky.
Yeah, I'm just looking now to see everything seems to be single fold. Maybe not that guy.
Even the Era is a single fold.
And you know this, which we didn't mention, is it's just one. I don't think it's even hemmed. It's cut and then it's stitched twice. So it's just got a raw edge at the bottom. I'll try to show you, but I don't know that you're gonna see it. The red on the red, maybe? Yeah, not so much. But it's the kind of fabric that you can just kind of cut, stitch, and let it be.
And I think the top stitching is a nice detail. It gives it a little something extra, but it still makes it nice and easy to just cut the edge. So and that's another way that your rotary cutter comes in handy. You get a nice, clean edge.
So this, which I was wearing before, and I don't think we talked about it, is the Flatiron jacket, which I really like. Now this is a medium, I think.
Is it?
Let's see.
Magic? No, I don't know. But that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it's a medium. Because you wore it in photos.
Well, then it probably is a medium.
It's probably medium. But I think even a medium, like I would wear this. Drapey and kind of loose fitting. So the Flatiron has 2 lengths. It's got the coat length, and then this is the jacket length. Patch pockets. And then this doesn't have any closures on it. It's just got a nice drapey collar.
And all raw edges. So the hem, the front, even around through the collar, that's all raw edge. The seams are raw edge. And even in this instance, the sleeve is actually raw edged. So that's really neat. So that is different from the pearl that we just looked at.
Yeah.
Are the raw edge instructions included in the patterns?
Are the raw edge instructions included in the patterns?
It depends on the pattern. So the Flatiron has instructions for the raw edge. Let's see, I know the Picasso, which we're not showing here, has instructions for the raw edge technique. But we do have the tutorial. We do have the raw edge tutorial that you can purchase, and that has the technique in there.
And the Chateau.
The Chateau, there you go. So we do have quite a few patterns that have that technique.
Yeah. Oh, this guy. Last one on the wall here. The MixIt.
Somebody does want you to put that on, by the way.
The MixIt? Okay. I don't know what this... You might have to put this on because it's more fitted.
Yeah.
And things are sticking to my dress.
Okay, I will do that. That is why I chose a sleeveless. I knew we were putting on coats, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go sleeveless because it'll be easiest to get in and off. Just thinking ahead. So this is the MixIt top, but made in the boucle and lined and worn as a jacket.
Shirt.
Right?
It's
shirt.
a MixIt
shirt.
So yeah,
the top's the little guy.
Yeah, so there is 3 different patterns, styles in that pattern. So we have the tank, the top, which is a short sleeve, and then the shirt.
Yeah.
So, and that is just a shirt in the pattern, so the lining is not included in that pattern.
Yeah, but it's the same shape as the shirt, so if you can imagine, it has button down front and the collar, but I think it works really well as a jacket.
Right,
too.
which I think a lot of shirt patterns can transfer to a jacket.
Yeah. What size do you think this is?
I'd say it's probably a medium or a medium.
I mean, it's pretty good on my...
on your arms
arm
or
length.
the sleeve length.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a traditional look. That's why I kind of like it that it's lined.
And I think, is this the jacket featured in the bagging the lining tutorial?
It is. It is.
It's a famous jacket. So if you want to try a MixIt jacket and you want to line it, we do have a tutorial on how to do that.
Right. Right. Do you want to show it off? You want to turn around and show
Sure.
off the back? It's just a very simple back, you know, no extra details in the back. But
Yeah.
it's just a great jacket. Very nice. And this was a color we did not have, right?
No, we don't have this
No,
color. Sorry.
no. Sorry, the pumpkin, the darker one is the one we have.
Yep.
But a good style that you could use.
So
All right, let's
I
move
think
on.
we're going to the rack.
Yeah. So here's another cherry red option here. This is the Chateau, which I think is just fantastic. You were talking about how the raw edge technique is in this pattern. So this is definitely a go-to pattern for the boucle. I think it's just fantastic.
It's got a beautiful drape. It's got a really nice pocket technique that actually features a raw edge on the pocket.
Let's put this one on.
Put that one on.
All right. Ooh, gonna light up like Christmas.
I know. Yeah, you are.
Oh, that's
yeah,
fun though.
It's lovely.
Yeah, this is just a good throw-on jacket.
Yeah, so if you do the Chateau in something like this, you could. It's more of an all-day jacket. Whereas if you use like a boiled wool, that's more of a like true outside jacket.
Like an outerwear,
Yeah,
right?
just because it's a little bit warmer. But this weight, I think you could wear all day long.
Oh, definitely, especially in a drafty office.
Yeah.
I don't know who has one of those.
No, not us.
So.
I'm getting requests to see your whole dress.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Tell me the best. I can take this off too. So I'm wearing the Memphis dress. There was a request to see the whole dress. It is a wool knit, moving back, long sleeve dress. It has all these fun panels. I'm gonna throw this down. It has all these really great fun panels. It's asymmetric. It's just, I love this dress. It's just so comfortable. You feel dressed up, but you also feel like you're wearing your pajamas, which is kind of my key wardrobe advice. But I'm just wearing it with tights, socks, boots.
Perfect. Okay. And then I am wearing the Picasso pants, but I'm guessing you can't see them. But I've got pants on, and they're the Picasso pants.
Well, having pants on is
Exactly.
great.
I'm wearing pants today, folks.
No.
So, what do we have next over there?
All right, so this is a really fantastic one that Kathy Davis made. This is a Zona. I don't know if you want to put this one on?
Sure.
It's a small. This is a Zona jacket. And this one, it has a few details that have been added and changed. And
so we have a blog on this. We have a pretty in-depth tutorial on the blog to make this jacket. It was originally inspired by a ready-to-wear jacket that I guess Kathy saw. And if you go to the blog, and again, go to the right-hand side, look for Zona, it will show you how to make this jacket.
Right. It'll give you the pattern edits, how to...
the pattern work, everything.
Right.
So...
yeah, it's got some fantastic details here. So it has an extra piece here, or the piece that was created here. Has another panel over here. And then in the back, it's got another panel along the bottom. So it's just a really fun rendition of the Zona.
Yeah.
I remember when we first put it out. Do you remember this when we first put it out? And somebody was wondering why, thought we had buttoned it wrong. Because it's asymmetric at the bottom, but that is intentional. Right. That's the design detail, and I just think it's really fun.
That did maybe go, do I have this buttoned right?
Right.
Oh, God.
That's one thing my son is constantly not doing correctly.
Oh, I never do.
He shifts. He went all day on Sunday with it shifted, and I was like, you know what? This is not the battle I want today.
To be fair, I have a couple buttony sweaters that I wear constantly at home, and I always button them wrong, and my husband's like, you did it again. He's fixing me all the time.
So this is a lifelong trait then?
It kind of is.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. But there could be worse things.
True. Exactly. So, it wasn't what I wanted to deal with that day. So he's got his own style. That's what I love.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one, you're going to keep that one on. So the next one is the Chicago Jacket. This is in a brown boucle. Coffee boucle.
Yeah.
Let's make it fancy. The Chicago is definitely a good staple. Like it's one of those jacket patterns that you can just make over and over again in different fabrics, you know, from denim to boucle. It's just a great pattern to have on hand.
It's got a really nice pocket. It's got some interesting seaming details on the front. And like the little darts there. And then I like the way they do the button right there with a little placket right in front. What have we got in the back here? And then just a plain back. But it works really well for the raw edge finish. And
yeah, it's got a raglan sleeve.
And a raglan sleeve is nice on a jacket like that you'll probably layer over things because you get a little more action in your shoulders, a little more room to breathe.
Exactly. You don't have to worry as much about what's underneath.
Exactly.
Right. I think it works. Does it work with the dress?
It does work with the dress.
Oh, good.
It does.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
And so we have the Tremont.
Yes.
Tremont. So this...
Take it away.
Is
You made this.
I did make this. So years ago for So Confident, and I'm not even going to try to remember what year at this point, I did this version of the Tremont that uses the boucle, and the Tremont is a great, because of the drape, like the boucle is a great fabric for the Tremont. And then I added this tucked lapel.
You want to get closer and show that?
Can you see? And then a tucked cuff, which I did on the opposite side because I felt like it balanced out at the lapel. So I basically added this black piece over the fabric, appliqued it on, and then added these little tucks, which are in a tutorial called the Tucked and Trimmed Tremont.
I love
Triple
that name.
T. And I just think adding something like this is a fun way. It's not very difficult, but it's a fun way to really add some design to what is otherwise like a beautiful canvas of a plain jacket. We have a plain one right there, huh?
Right. I can put this one on. The thing I love about raw edge fabrics is I think you can do details like that a little easier. You know, you don't have to worry about how you're going to finish that edge. You can really play with it, I think.
Well, and that's the thing, you know. If it weren't raw edge, you couldn't really do that kind of detail to it because otherwise you'd have to worry about fraying and
right.
And
Just to see the tucks up close.
Okay,
Sure. Ooh, got double green. All right.
Yeah. Oh, green on green.
Okay. Just let me know if you can see that.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and while I did do a hem on that. But this one just again has the raw edge cut hem.
With the top stitching, edge stitching.
Probably would have been faster. Could have saved some time.
Well, I think it's a different look when you decide to hem it, and I think that's okay. So I like that.
Yeah, but as you can see, it's got a great drape. It kind of looks good on everybody.
The Tremont definitely.
I've yet to see someone in a Tremont that doesn't look really good in it.
Right.
So
yeah, and it's really comfortable. Again, it's one of those you can really move in.
Well, it's made for layering. I mean, you would never wear it on its own. That one we didn't. Good. That one I didn't put a button on, but it does call for a single button closure.
Right. It's a good way to use those statement buttons that you always buy, but you're not really sure what you're going to do with them.
Exactly.
You just love them.
Yeah. And I think normally, does it have a mitered hem?
Yes.
If you do this fabric, you don't have to miter the hem because you can just do raw edge.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a tricky miter. So I think I'm going to always make it out of a raw edge fabric
From now on, exactly. Make it easy on yourself. Yeah, so that's our quick rundown of our beautiful boucle garments.
Let's talk about the ones we have here. Just these are some of these new colors that we have, or colors that we didn't have in garments. So this is a pine green, which I love this color so much. But it's just a fantastic pine green. It's a really popular color right now.
It goes with everything. I love this color green because you can put it with something neutral, like a vanilla.
So crisp.
But
I love that.
it also works really well with like a fuchsia or, and now I've got a huge pile of stuff over here, or the saffron.
I like that.
Like it's a great combination. It's just one of those colors that really is a neutral.
So you're going to use this for your color blocked jacket?
Sure.
So what is your color blocked jacket going to look like? What do you think?
I don't know.
What colors would you... Look at this orange. Look at that.
Yeah, that is good. Honestly, I would probably do these three.
Oh, nice. I like that. That's a little more unexpected. Definitely.
Yep. Those would be my colors.
So we've shown the vanilla. This is the vanilla.
And it's just beautiful.
Oh, it is. I love vanilla. I have a lot of neutral tops in that color. Then in black, we do have the classic jet black, of course, which I'm surprised we don't have a garment in black.
I know. You would think we would. But...
And heather gray. I love heather gray. I think it's just, I love the heather. It makes it just a little more exciting than just a regular gray. But I think that's really nice.
Yeah. And gray, I mean, it's just something you have to have in your closet.
Oh,
because it goes with everything.
Right. You can throw it on with everything. And maybe if you don't like black, gray is softer, so maybe that's your neutral instead of black. I would take both, but
And then we've got somebody in the corner here.
Oh, we do. Burgundy. This is a great color too. There you go.
Oh,
I'm gonna knock her out.
That is beautiful. But if you like it, this is all we have left. So get on it.
Right, exactly. That's why I didn't cut a piece off. I was like, oh.
Right.
But I think this is another good neutral. I think.
Yeah.
The pine green. I like using colors as neutrals. So, you don't have to use your black as your neutral. Throw this color on with everything.
Yeah.
And I think you wear colors more that way if you treat colors as neutrals.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any questions?
Question? Oh, wait.
Oh,
Cheerleading.
Yes.
So, 2 weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, we did, we showed you the Verona jacket and we showed you Linda's curly boucle jacket.
Yes.
And at the time we had this beautiful shearling fabric in a caramel. And now we have it in a ivory and black. So we want to, even though it is not boucle, we wanted to show it to you because how can you not like these two colors?
Right, exactly. I think so. So we decided to put these on the sale.
We did.
Well.
We did. They're on sale too. You know what I was thinking? It would be really cute in like a vest, a fuzzy little vest
that sounds,
out of this, like a peony. Could you do a peony?
I think so. Just lengthen it. Just make them nice. I can picture like a nice long peony. That'd be great. And I could picture a lot of the garments we've talked about too. I think so. I think it'd be great.
And really with the boucle, like you could do the Anne's cardigan, you could do the new Sterling jacket, I think would be really good out of it. You can use it for almost anything.
Or just a big, like a sweatshirt.
Big old sweatshirt.
Yeah, use the mason and just make
that's a
like
good idea.
nice cozy shirt. I think that'd be great.
Okay. Do we have any questions?
Can you make the Tremont in a slinky knit?
Can you make the Tremont in a slinky knit?
Does the slinky have good? It does have good recovery, right? I think you could.
I wouldn't want to, because I don't care for sewing a slinky knit. But if you are brave and you want to go for it, of course.
Are any of the fabrics today the curly boucle, and does it have the same similar drape?
Are any of the fabrics today the curly boucle, and does it have a similar drape? No, they are not the curly boucle. Those look more similar to that shearling, like there's a real fuzzy curl to them.
A thicker pile.
A thicker pile.
And heavier in general. Like the boucles that we're showing today are they're lightweight or lighter weight than the curly boucle.
And I think they've got a much more fluid drape than the curly boucle.
Yes.
Right?
We do have the fuchsia to buy, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do have the fuchsia.
Yep.
Everything on the wall except for this MixIt.
That tangerine.
We don't have.
And since I'm not behind the computer to put the link, I will say it's all, you can see all of the fabric from the link on the homepage.
Right. And we can add links once we're done.
Would you make a detour jacket in boucle?
Would you make a detour jacket in the boucle?
Definitely. I think the shape of the detour, it has an A-line shape to it. It has a beautiful swing.
Yeah.
And I think that would be fantastic in the boucle.
Is the burgundy more of an autumn spice color?
Is the burgundy more of an autumn spice color? Whoa. I mean, I think of an autumn spice color as orange.
Right, kind of more of a cinnamon kind of color. This has more red to it.
This is more of like a Merlot. Like a, yeah.
That's a good description.
Burgundy Merlot. It's beautiful. It would be fabulous with autumn spice colors. Like you could put this with a cinnamon brown, with a pumpkin orange.
Right.
It's in the family for sure.
Do we have royal purple boucle?
Do we have royal purple boucle? I think we did. I don't know that we have it now.
We don't have it now.
Right. I think we had it last week and we sold out.
And what color are you wearing?
I don't know. What color am I wearing?
I don't think we don't have that
don't
color.
have it.
So the things we kind of showed on the kind of second half of the fashion show, we don't have the colors. And so we haven't had in the past, but it was, I think, called Peacock, I want to say.
I think you're right. I think it was a peacock.
But it's not currently in stock. And this is a fabric that we tend to get in. We'd like to keep at least a handful of different colors in stock throughout the year. So that doesn't mean we won't get these colors back in again, but currently we don't.
Generally speaking, we have the vanilla often. We have the red often. There are a couple colors that, they're staple colors for us. But the rest, it's kind of what season is it? What do we feel like? That kind of thing. So.
Right.
What size are you both wearing?
What size are we both wearing?
Is this a medium?
I think that's a medium.
Medium, and I believe that one's a medium too.
Is it?
Medium.
Yeah.
Typically I would wear a medium, and you would probably typically wear an extra small.
Yeah.
So.
Would you comment on the use of the boucle as a sheath dress lined?
Whoa. Would you comment on the use of the boucle as a sheath dress lined?
Well, I think if it was lined, I think it would retain its shape better. I wouldn't recommend it unlined.
Right.
But I think it would be great. Actually, Hildegard here in the office, she has made a pencil skirt, I believe, out of the vanilla boucle.
Oh, yeah.
Now that I think about that. So I think you're right. If it's lined, we'd recommend it.
Yeah, because it doesn't, it's a weird knit because it doesn't have a lot of stretch, but there's a little bit of stretch. So I think you need the structure of a lining to make a structured garment with it.
Right, especially with something so fitted.
Where is the boucle made? What country does it come from?
Whoa, big questions. Where is the boucle made and what country does it come from? I don't know. I'm trying to think if it says on the tag, but I can't remember. I would have to do some research on that. Yeah, that's it. All right.
Okay. Should we go through the patterns?
Let's go through the patterns on sale.
Okay. So we have talked about a lot of patterns today. So the things that we have on sale today, the patterns are the Pearl and Opal.
Which are these two?
Yes, the Pearl and Opal. I don't know if we bring it in front and center.
Pearl and Opal.
So that pattern is on sale. The Zona, which is the one we talked about, the blog, has the asymmetric hem.
Sorry.
Gone through so many garments, we just can't keep track.
I know.
And then the Tremont, which is what we have on today. Both of us have this on. And the Brando, which is the structured moto jacket. And the Era. So those are on sale this week.
And then I think there were 12-ish colors of boucle. Those are on sale, along with the 2 tutorials that we referenced, the tucked and trimmed Tremont and the raw edge finish. Is that what it's called? Raw edge
Maybe.
finish?
I call it the raw edge tutorial.
The raw edge
Raw
tutorial.
edge.
But all of it you'll find in the sale section, which you can get to from the homepage.
And then we also...
Oh, right.
We are also putting the no-sew basting tape on sale this week. So this is definitely a must-have. So get that while it's on sale.
Yep. And the shearling.
And the shearling. The shearling is on sale.
Yep.
The new colors,
Yes.
right? The new colors
The black
of the
and
shearling.
the vanilla are on sale.
Right.
So I think that's it.
Okay.
Linda will be back next week.
Yes.
And I don't know when we'll be back, but sometime soon.
We will. We will. Thank
Next
you
time
guys.
we let her go, yes. Thank you so much and have a great week.
Bye.